Good morning, this is Anka Metcalf with Trade Out Loud, and this is my pre-market game plan for major future indices, gold and oil, for today, Wednesday, October 26th. It is 9:05 a.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to start with YM, and I have a 1 hour chart right here in front of me. So YM has been basing all through the Asian session and slightly started to move lower after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and then it came back into this range of 18,073. So we will consider this as the top of this move. We will consider it resistance. So we had a move down that came at 3 a.m. and then we had the reversal that came in at 7 a.m. tested this prior area of support from overnight, 18,047. It spiked higher a little bit, very close to the prior high, and then the move all the way down. So what's in store for today? Bottom line is that we have a lot of support here at 18,000, and this is the area that we have tested on Friday. We fell a little bit lower than that into the 966 area, and we managed to move higher on Friday and continued higher in Sunday overnight session, and then now we're testing this area again. Let me remind you that this is an area that is considerable support. You could see it right here. It's a daily support area, and we're still trading within a very sloppy range. So we see prices that are descending here, and we see some falling tops, but at the same time we see a heavy area of support. And what has proven over time is that ever since we had this sharp move down on September 9th, we have continued to bounce off this area. So it is a very tough area, and it's a very difficult market to trade. So going back to our smaller time frame, meaning the 1 hour chart, our analytical time frame. So we have here the 18,000 area. If this area is not going to hold, we're most likely going to continue lower. But how low? We're not going to have a proper risk to reward, because we have next resistance area into 1973, 1969, all the way into 1967, 1965. So we don't have a lot of area to move lower. Even if you look on smaller time frames, because of these spikes higher, these are going to give us very wide ranges to place our stops in. So NQ is not one of my favorites for today, although we can see a bounce off the 18,000 level. Let's move on to ES, and ES is actually trading into support level, has traded at 5 a.m. into support level 2125. It spiked higher, and again it set a new resistance at 2132. So this is pretty much the range for today. So if we capture some kind of move within this range on a small time frame, it would be playable. I would like to sit on the sidelines for today and see what price is up to, and especially that we're pretty much expecting a bounce once again through this 2126, 2125. If there should be no bounce, and if we accelerate lower into this level of 2125, then we can see other targets lower. But like I said, it's not going to be a huge target. It's going to be 2120. That's it, 2120. And the risk so far is a little big right here for this particular trade, but we're going to see on a smaller time frame how that stands after the open. So let's move on to NQ. And remember, NQ has been the strongest one and has been basing right here for quite some time throughout the overnight session. 3 a.m. came, London session open, boom, back to the downside. We are on a lot of support here in 48.53, 48.50 area. We had a slight bounce into this area, and as you can see, we're still holding on to this first area of support right here. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. So far we have an hourly trigger, and this trigger is going to follow through. We might as well price might find another continuation into 48.53. Very tough trading environment. We're going to see. So I'm going to be very patient off the open. I'm not going to do anything aggressive. Like I said, NQ is the strongest one. If we have some relative strength coming into the market. NQ is going to be the go-to for strong, for longs, and I'm going to look for YM and ES for short positions if we develop weakness throughout. But let's not ignore the fact that we are triggering so far an hourly sell right here, and we might complete the cone all the way into 48.52. So 48.52 is going to be the line in the sand today for NQ, because if we drop below 48.52, we have further targets all the way into 48.45, 48.40, and then we have this congestion area to the left hand side of the chart that can take the price lower to 48.20. So it's going to be a very, very tough area for a long, for a possible long. I will only consider this a possible long if it trades above 48.76. So I'm going to be very patient today, and if the price should reverse, then I'm going to be bullish on this. Other than that, I don't like this sideways action at all. GC. GC is actually doing a little bit of pop here, has bounced off the 1271 area, popped into the 1273. Not anything major that is going on. It's just bouncing off the support area right here. If we trigger above 1273, we might continue higher all the way into 1277, 1278. And like I said, GC is part of a bigger move, and I have been talking about this move for quite some time, and actually I've started talking about it beginning of October when it was testing this area of 1257, and it continued and it hovered into this area, just formed this lower low right here, but nonetheless it was a peakable low, and you could see here what I was looking at. It was a double bottom on the daily chart that actually propelled the price higher, and we have actually a higher high that was formed last week, last Friday, right here at 1260. So it was actually on Monday. I'm sorry, it was actually on Monday. So 1260 is the new support area, and if we get a pop over this area, boom, we're going to go. This is part of a swing that is going to go probably to 1300. Last but not least, CL, and CL is trading below $50, and this was the area. $40.50 was the next support area for it. It just traded below that, and it tested a new low. It made a new low actually at $48.93. This is the low right here on the daily chart. And when we move to the hourly chart, you could see that it just ranged. So after the big drop, after 4 o'clock, after we had the first oil numbers that come in, then we have ranged, and then we're continuing lower. Let's not forget that today, 10:30, we are expecting oil inventory numbers. So I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna trade oil. I'm not gonna trade oil until probably after 10:30, most probably after 11 o'clock. So until it sets up and it's done. It's it's a wiggle from the release. So this was all for today. Remember, very cautious trading today. Use a lot of caution in your trading, and have patience to wait for your trades to set up properly before you take them. So today is going to be one of those days when I'm probably going to sit and wait and watch and see what happens, because we need to pick a clear direction in this market, and the market has been raging for a very long time. It's getting old, and we have not had some proper trading environment for a very, very long time, so since the summer. So it's been very, very tough and very consuming. So protect your money. Remember, money management, risk management comes first, and wait for good quality setups. Remember, trading less is actually making more. So until next time, have a good, profitable trading day.